Hey y'all, I'm back with another video, and today I just wanted to just talk about things I remember from my childhood. Going back as far as the 80s, the 90s, stuff I remember. Part one. Uh, the one thing I remember about, from my childhood was that jumps out right now is the summer. Summer is approaching. Is it here? I don't know, but yeah, summer is almost here. And when we was a kid, the summer was huge. School was out. You couldn't wait for the summer. The thing I find different today, like a lot of kids are inside kids. Like we were outside kids. I mean, making us stay inside was like torture. Like we was always outside. We was rushing to do homework, rushing to get our school clothes ready. But see that last day of school, man, it was like, see, when the teacher turned in the roll, then you knew you didn't have to go no more. And I can remember us telling my mama, because she used to be like, all right, get ready for school tomorrow. And I'd be like, Mom, they already turned in the roll. And I don't know if she knew what that was or didn't, or maybe she just didn't believe us. We'd be like, they turned in the roll, so we ain't got to go. And she'd be like, okay, because they're not marking us. At that point, they didn't care if you come or not. But, man, the summertime was like, and summers was long back in the day. I think we stood out 3 months, if I'm not mistaken, back in the day versus the kids. Now, I think some of them stay out 2 months. I don't know. I don't know the numbers thing on it, but I know we stood out about 3 months, and it felt like 4 to 5 months, because we did a lot of stuff, man. And when you think about it, we did things that we shouldn't have done. Like we was everywhere. We was everywhere we wasn't supposed to be. Like, it was like we were some flipping kids. Like we flipped, and not just on the ground. We would get people old mattresses. Now, I know. Now when you think about it, and now that I'm older, that was nasty. Like we could have been flipping on people like juices and whatever else is on these mattresses, but we didn't care. We used to lay on it. We used to look. I'm surprised I ain't got a disease or something messing around with them old mattresses, you know. And the crazy part about it, our parents knew we was flipping on mattresses, and I don't think we was ever told to get off the mattress. Oh, we was. I lied. My mama did tell us to get off that. But they didn't do nothing about it. We went right back to it. We went out there and we flipped, we ran and jump off the mattress and just flip off it. Kids nowadays will probably break all their bones. But back in the day, we was some Thundercats. We was running, bouncing, landing on our feet, hitting front flips, back flips, side flip, round up. I mean, we did it all. So that most definitely, uh, something I remember from my childhood. Frozen cups. You just had to have a frozen cup. If you sold frozen cups, you kind of made a little coin, because they put the fruit cocktail in the bottom, and people started. I remember this man that used to sell it. He started doing, like, if you get a free underneath your cup, like if you get your frozen cup and you had a free under there, you got an extra frozen cup, and it was 25 cents. Man, we used to steal my daddy. My daddy used to keep this tray full of quarters. Like he had, oh my God, it was just quarters, nothing but quarters. So when we would have to sit and wait till he had to pee or go to the bathroom, and he'll be watching Cowboys, and you'll have to just sit there because he would not give you a quarter, like at all. He know what we wanted, but he never gave us a quarter. So when he would go pee or go to the bathroom, we would go in his tray. You pull it out, and we would take like maybe 1 or 2 quarters because he never counted it. Every time he came home, he would just add more quarters to it. So he never really paid no mind to if one was missing or not. So if we wanted a frozen cup, we would steal a quarter. Penny candy, man. I don't know what it was as a child back in the day, but I used to love candy. Like, who didn't love candy? And if somebody see you with candy, they'll bust up. I mean, they can be walking up, see you up the street, and see you eating something, they'll scream, bust up. Or left hand Johnny. Like if you had something in your left hand and it was in your left hand and you played with other people like that, they can call left hand Johnny and you had to give them whatever was in your hand. That was some good times, y'all. Sugar cane. I don't know if you know, but sugar cane was certain people used to grow it in their yard, and if we ain't had no change or nothing to get no candy, you pull that sugar cane through that gate and you just chewed on it and get all the juices out of it. Man, yeah, that was. Oh, and what else? Knocking on your friend's door like early in the morning. Like for us, we couldn't go outside early in the morning. My mama wanted the house clean. Yeah, you could not go outside early in the morning, and other kids would be up like sometimes 7 in the morning. Can Corey come outside, or can this one come outside? And my mom would be like, oh no, like not right now. They got things to do. So, but that's something I remember. What else? Your parents, like, we used to be outside, and when the when the street lights come on, you had to be inside. And I can remember my mama, and it wasn't just my mama, because there was a lot of other parents in the neighborhood used to do this call. It was the kid call. And my mama would be like, Tina Poochie Corey Dwayne. That's how she used to call us. And everybody hear that like as if, she was like the head of the Thundercats, and she put that signal out, and everybody would, and we had to run home to get inside. Yeah, other parents was calling their name too, so it was names over here, names over there. It was that was crazy. Yeah, food stamps, man. Food stamps was a thing back in the day. Certain people used to be embarrassed to go to the store with a food stamp, but then it had got to the point where I don't think I was ever embarrassed of a food stamp. No. And then if somebody wanted to get the money back, they'll give you like a $1 food stamp, give a bunch of kids a $1 food stamp outside the store, and say go buy like a candy and get the change back, and you would give them the change, and you get to keep whatever you bought. So that was a thing. What else? Know what else? I think what I was embarrassed about. My mama used to send us for tampons and stuff like that, womanly products. And the way the store used to be made, like you come through the door and the counter was always by the door, and they would never bag the womanly products first. They'll do like the milk, the cheese, the canned goods or anything like that, and they'll always leave that tampon big pack right on the side, and it never fails. Somebody always walk through that door. It never fails. I don't care how many times my mama sent us to get that, and I don't know why we was embarrassed. Like it wasn't for us, but as a child, you nobody catch you buying tampons. Oh my God. I was so glad when we got a bike for Christmas, because when your parents used to call you from like playing, you having fun, they'll call you all the way across the park and say, I need you to go to the store. I need an onion, or I need a, you know, $2 of smoked sausage or whatever it was. And we used to have to hold all these bags, y'all. I remember one day my mom had sat down and she did a list. I mean, she must have had about 40 things on this list. And milk alone was in a gallon. Juice used to come in a gallon. And not to mention the like $15 of meat, $10 of cheese, and you know, two breads, and beans, and I mean it was so much in the bag, y'all. Our fingers used to be like we be holding these bags like this, and we had to walk a good ways. And you talk about fingers be numb by the time we make it home, man. So when we got bikes, it was a little easier because you can put the bags on the bike, and you can ride. But I don't know. Now that I think about it, whatever happened to all our bike? I know somebody stole my bike. You know, somebody picked me up off my bike and took it. Some kids from the projects. You know, yeah, they that was the easiest little, like they literally, like I stopped, they walked over to me. The other dude got off the handlebars with the other dude, and he was a bigger dude, and he lifted me up off my bike, sat me on the ground, and took my bike. Yeah, but whatever happened to the other bikes we used to get? I don't even remember. Oh, and the one thing I remember from my childhood, my daddy was not good at putting bikes together. Let me just say that. I don't know if he just didn't feel like it, or he was like, you know, let them bust their ass. Because I remember we had got a scooter for Christmas, y'all. This was the year scooters was in. Like it was the bike wheel and the handlebars, and it was the scooter, and I mean it was, look, if you know you know. And I'm riding my scooter, and y'all, the handlebars went like the whole handlebars like bent over. I almost broke. I remember hitting all this and like. But I ain't gonna lie, that was some fun times. Fun times. I remember we had this school, Moulton School, and they had like a flag. It was like a little, I guess a little brick. Let me show y'all. Let me draw it a little. It was something like that. And they had like the little brick right here. They had steps right here, and you can climb on it and walk on it, and they had a flagpole that was right here. And we used to unhook the wire, like the that you used to put the pole up, and we used to unhook it, and we would just swing on it. Like we would swing out like Tarzan. Like you hold it and you just swing all the way around, and you'll go like over the driveway. Like it was pretty dangerous, but it was fun to us. We did that so many times. Like that was like an activity for us, swinging on the flagpole. Man, that was some good times. We climbed trees. We did a lot. We did a lot, and then not to mention holidays. See, like Halloween. Now, my mama wasn't big on costumes. Mama didn't buy us costumes like that. I don't think we ever got a costume as a child. If we did, it was maybe once or twice, maybe like the little masses, because they used to sell it at Gators, and they had them back in the day masses. I think we may have one or two, maybe. I don't remember, but I do remember Halloween. You wait till the sun go down. She'll call you in. She'll say, "Get your brother a bag." I'm talking about like a grocery bag. They gave a little plastic bag. I'll get a bag. My brother have a bag, and we just go walking. And she'd always say, "Hold your brother hand," and we'll just go around and trick or treat, trick or treat. And when we came inside, y'all, we had a lot of candy. And I don't think they used to check candy Sometimes she'll say, "Let me check it," but I think that was their way of saying, "Let me go through your bag," so they can pick out the good ones for themselves. And y'all, we used to sit and just eat candy all night, and put our candy in the refrigerator and take some to school. Times have changed. Everything is so different now. And even though we did a lot of things that now people will frown upon, and they'll be like, but back in the day, you couldn't tell us that the things we were doing wasn't safe, wasn't the right thing to do, but it made our childhood. Like we played in the fire hydrant. Like somebody would come outside with some pliers, and they would cut the hydrant on, and us kids used to just play in it, like just playing that water. That was fun until somebody called the police and they come cut it off. But we played like knocking on people's doors and run. There's a word for it, but I'm not gonna say the word. But if you know, you know what it is. That was fun, but it was also dangerous because sometimes you knocked on the wrong door and somebody chased your ass because they ain't in the mood to be playing. That was fun though. We stole people Christmas lights. When I think about that now, I know how pissed I would be if you took my damn Christmas lights, because it was those fat bulbs. We would unscrew them and bust them. Yeah, we did that. I don't know. Oh, I remember your neighbor would call you and she'll say, "Baby, you'll go run to the store for me," and we'd be like, "Oh, okay." And y'all, she'll give us like either a nickel or a quarter. I said to myself, "You about to send me way to the store, and that's all you gonna give me?" Oh, and know what else I remember? I remember people used to always borrow stuff from like your neighbor. Like nowadays, people don't do that. Uh, Used to be, my mom used to be like, go by Miss Johnson and ask her, do she have an onion, or see if Miss Johnson have some furl. Yes, furl is aluminum foil, but we call it furl. And she'll, see if Miss Johnson got a cup of rice. Bring this onion over there for Miss Johnson to cut it up, because she had like a little process and we didn't have that, and stuff like that. I remember this girl that stood right across from us. She asked to borrow a egg, not two eggs. And my mama said, "Yeah, go in there and get your egg." And she came out with two eggs. And my mama stopped her and she said, "How many eggs did you ask me for? Did you ask me for two eggs?" She said, "No." She said, "Don't do that." She said, "You asked me for a egg, and that's what you should have took." You know, yeah, but people used to ask each other for stuff and a cup of sugar. Not no more. Not no more. Man, back in the day it was a lot of things that, yes, I do believe that needs to be changed, but a lot of stuff back in the day was just what it was. It was fun. It was fun to me. I enjoyed my childhood for the most part. I really did. And our parents, see how now people get dogs and stuff like that. My mama didn't buy us no dog. They didn't go. We used to play with stray dogs. Like, if that dog was around the neighborhood and it was just, by itself or whatever, we would go up to it. We would name it. Shout out to our dog, Petey. Lord knows she hears somebody over there. But, yeah, Petey was a black dog. I don't even know what kind of dog it was. But we took that dog and we claimed it as ours. I don't know whatever happened to Petey. And then the dogs back in the day were easy to train. It took damn near a year to train over. The dogs back in the day was very trained. I don't know where Petey came from, but that dog used to listen to us. That dog used to, like, if we coming home from school, my brother would call it and say, "Hey, Petey." And that dog used to, like, see us and run up the park, to greet us. coming home from school. We couldn't bring it inside though. Yeah, no, I mean play all that. But we had a lot of little stray dogs, you know. Uh, yeah. Oh my God, we did some crazy stuff as kids. Y'all remember kites? We used to, my mom used to buy us kites, but see how now I feel like it's very windy. Back in the day, if you got a little wind, you was doing good. Sometimes the wind would blow and you can get your kite up there, and sometimes it was just a waste of time. Oh, know what else I remember? We used to catch bees. Am I the only one used to do that? I don't think so. Like the little honeybees, I think that's what it is. You'll get you a bottle and you kind of go up to it while it's in the grass on the flower, and you would like catch it in your bottle and see how many bees you can catch. We used to catch lizards, those green ones that camouflage into the gate. I was scared of the bigger ones because they do bite, but it don't hurt. I guess just the idea of something bite you was kind of creepy. But we used to catch bees, catch lizards. What else we caught? We used to play with Junie bugs. We called them Junie bugs. They used to be little bugs that roll up like in a little ball. Yeah, that was the days. So that's just a few things I remember from my childhood and stuff I remember, you know. Oh, and I also remember, see when my mom used to say clean up? Like, I hated cleaning the bathroom. I really and truly hated cleaning the bathroom. And every time we would clean it, my mama would come like behind us and she'll say, "Oh, this is not clean." And if you remember Ajax, they still have it today. But Ajax, my mama used to come in there and say, "It's not clean." And she'll take that Ajax and she'll be like, she just sprinkle it on the tub, on the sink, on the toilet. And she'll say, "You gotta clean all that." Now, if you know Ajax, if you gotta, not only once you clean with it, scrub it up and get it up like that, you have to go back over it about 3, 4, 5 times because the residue lingers. So you had to, because they would be white if you don't get it up. That used to burn me up when she used to do that. Yeah. And then if my daddy felt like getting up, he did extra. He had us cleaning baseboards and he would find stuff. Like we was ready to go outside. He like, "Oh, and clean them steps and right there on the baseboard and window sills and crazy." We used to jump out the window. Yeah, we stood up. We had a 2-story house, so we used to jump out the window. My mama never knew we was jumping out the window. She knew my brother did it when when they would lose the keys or my daddy took the keys to work. She knew my brother did it, but I don't think she knew that we used to do it too. Yeah. I miss back in the day though. I ain't lying. I really and truly miss back in the day. We used to go by my grandma's house, and we would always ask my mama, "Can we stay? Can we sleep?" And she'll let us sleep sometimes, but she'll be back the next day to come get us. Yes, she said that's all you get. Yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk a little about that, y'all. Just things I remember from my childhood, 80s and 90s edition. When I think of some more, I'll be back with a part 2. But, yeah. So, alright, y'all. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.